On this lab, all I need is only one switch and two PCs. Okay, and I drag and drop on a switch, and I hold down shift while I'm dragging the PCs because I need more than one, and I click OK. I'm choosing that option, choose a server, that's what it says. And I always like to run my virtual PCs on the VM, GNS VM, the virtual machine, because they will never go. I mean, whenever I run with my local server, there's always something wrong with them. But if I run it with the GNS3 VM, the virtual machine, they always work. So I did not look for, I didn't just check it what's wrong with it, but they work. So I just leave it at that because I don't want to waste time. I will just change their icon and the symbol, and what I will do is I will change this symbol as well, so it will look like multi-layer switch. And yeah, so MLS, that's good. So now we have this topology. What I will do is I will connect them, and once I connect them, I will put the topology on. All I need to do is just click here to put all of the nodes in my topology on. I'll just click here and just wait for them to boot. While I'm waiting, because it will take at least a minute, what I will do is I'll just make it look nice. So I'll just change here to MLS and change the font size, which the way I will do, I will right click and edit text, go to font size and make it bigger, maybe 16, that'll be okay. And yeah, that's okay. I'll just drag these two here, and if we console them in, I mean, it will still be booting. The software I'm using is Secure RT, so the PCs are already boot up, but the MLS switch, our switch, is still booting up. So we just need to wait for it. Once the switch finish booting up, you will see these messages, and if we just press enter, it will get us into user mode. We need to go to privilege mode first before we do anything, and use some verification show commands. Show VLAN brief. We need to see how many VLANs we have. We only have the default VLAN. Obviously every switch have always VLAN 1, and these other VLANs, those 4 VLANs, are just for backward compatibility, so they don't have any use for, I mean, no one use them anyway, so yeah, they're just there. Okay, what we need to do is we need to enable this switch to give router functionality. So because it's a multi-layer switch, we can go inside the this switch and enable routing. So this is how you do it. You need to go to global configuration mode, configure terminal, and you just write IB routing. Yeah, so you press enter. Now the switch is layer 3 switch now. So what we need to do is, for this lab, we need to create 2 VLANs, VLAN 10, and we will name it Salis. Yeah, Salis, and exit from there, and we will create another VLAN, VLAN 30, and we will name HR. Okay, once we create them, what we need is we need to create the SVIs. For SVI stands for switch virtual interface, so is the interface for the VLAN. If the way you go inside that interface or create it is VLAN, and you just give the VLAN number. Since we create 2 VLANs, I will start with the first one, which is VLAN 10, and that VLAN will be that interface will be down, which is reasonable because there's no ports assigned to the VLAN. What I will do is I will give an IP address and assign the ports later. Okay, the IP address that I'm giving is 172.168.255.255.255 and 0. That's default class C subnet mask. Okay, I will go out of it and go inside the VLAN interface 30 and give an IP address. I will not be bothered to bring them up because they will be down, and the reason that they are down is because there is no port assigned to them in both, and I will show you that. Show IP interface brief. I did create 2 VLANs and their interface is administratively down and protocol is down. So what I need to do is I need to go inside the interface, VLAN interface 10, and say no shutdown, exit, and go, what am I doing? Interface VLAN 30 and no shutdown. Okay, these messages just confuses me sometimes. Okay, so it's not administratively down anymore. Earlier, remember, it was administratively down. Now it's just down. So all we need to do is just assign ports to this VLAN. So we have BC1, which will be VLAN 10, and BC2, which will be VLAN 30. Okay, so this side of the network is VLAN 10, this side is VLAN 30. So we need to assign these ports. Let me see which ports is which. Okay, so if you click here, it will automatically show you the label of the link. So we have 0/1 and 00. Yeah, so 00 will be 10, VLAN 10. Okay, so we'll go back here and go to the config T, global configuration mode. Actually, let's change the host name just to be consistent with our topology. Okay, so you go inside the interface that you want to assign to the VLAN, and you just convert this interface to access. And the way you do this is switch port mode access, and switch port access VLAN 10. So that port will come up. Interface gigabit. Let's do the other one before we start receiving messages. Okay, so access is just the same thing. The only difference is the VLAN. So you just assign it to VLAN 30. If you use show IP interface brief, they are still down, but if you just give it a second, they will come up. Yeah, you just need to be patient and just wait for them to come up. But if you can't wait, you can always go inside the, okay, so yeah, they did come up. One of them come up, VLAN 10 come up, and the other one will follow. So just give it a few seconds more, or you can always go inside and shut, no shut, and bring it up, no shut. So it's up. Yeah, okay, so if we go out of it and show IP interface brief, you can always see that both VLANs, the protocol and the states are all, they are both up. If you go here and remember, they were both down, and now they are both up. Now what we need to do is we need to assign IP addresses to this BC, so we will have full reachability between them. Yeah, okay, so let's start with BC1, which is VLAN 10. So if we go to BC1 and assign the IP address 172.17.10, 172.17.10, let's give it 3 and give the subnet mask, or we can use the /24 if you want to, and give the default gateway 10.1. okay, and we'll go to the other BC and assign the same different IP address, but it's the same concept, same command, 172.17.30.3 /24. we can do it that way as well, and we can give the default gateway. Once we do that, okay, so yeah, we need to verify now. So what I will do is I will go to BC1 and ping BC2, then I will go to BC2 and ping BC1. Let's see if we have full routability, full connectivity. Yeah, let's go back to BC1 and ping 172.17.30.3. if we go to BC2, remember that is the IP address for BC2. Yeah, okay, so I press enter and it's success. You can see it. I will go to BC2 and ping 172.17.10.3 should be success as well. So we have full reachability. So I mean, this switch is doing what router is supposed to be doing. So it's multi-layer switch, so it's routing between the VLANs. So if we have another 5, 6, 10 VLANs, it will be able to route between them as long as there is a SVIs, virtual switch visual interfaces. As long that you create and you assign the right ports to the right VLAN, this will work. All right, that's all about it. Thanks for watching.